Hello, we're the Zabel family.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Beamer.
Well, and Beamer. Well, I'm here with the Zabel family, and we're really excited to do another family interview. I'm so excited to hear from them. It's good to see you guys and good to see another part of our church. And obviously this week it's Easter Sunday tomorrow or today, when everybody will be watching this. We're filming this on Saturday beforehand. But it's definitely a little bit of weird times, and it's still, we're all trying to figure out what's going on, but just have a few questions for you guys. The first one is the question that I think everybody asks everybody else, and that's, what are you guys doing to occupy yourselves with all this other time that normally is filled with like running errands and going to the store? And obviously, you know, you guys are still have work going on and there's still school going on, but what about those times you're not doing school or not doing work?
Boy, that's a really interesting question. I will just start because I am working. Eric is working, so most of the day is pretty much taken up with that. As far as the kids are concerned, they definitely have their time of studying, and we kind of have told them not to like leave the house. So really, what they do is they just do a bunch of sports. So they're running, they're playing frisbee. We've had campfires outside. We've gone for walks, just all kinds of stuff. What we do in the evening is pretty much we cook or we grill. So I don't know, am I missing something? Go ahead.
No, we just address them as our little prisoners.
Yeah.
So when we get home from work, how are our little prisoners doing?
That's too good. What?
We have it pretty easy because we still are fortunate enough to go to work every day.
Yeah.
Kids are the ones that have it the toughest, being around each other all day and try to figure out how to study and when, with what resources here.
Yeah, so I guess that's actually a really good question. So we have the whole gambit here. We have someone who is in like graduate school. We have somebody who's in college. We have two people in college, and then we have somebody who's senior year of high school. So what is it like? First off, how are you all able to study and do your work when there's other people also trying to study and do the work? Because obviously, you know, like you can go on the computer, but it's like there's only like so much space that you have to like spread out and do things. And normally you just have like maybe one person or two people working at a time, but now it's all four of you all working at once.
I think there's a simple answer. Noise canceling headphones. We have a part of the house where we just sit. Alex has a dining room table. I have my room. Murray has a room, and Lucas has his room. So we just put on the headphones and then we work, study for a couple hours.
What's nice is that we're all in the same boat. So it's like as soon as our parents leave for work, it's like we're all studying pretty much the whole day, pretty much quiet.
That's what they say.
Yeah. I only say that because they're right here, but
No, I can't imagine what it'd be like. I mean, Rosalie was telling me one of her families, they have, how many kids do they have, Rosalie? They have 15 kids in their house. And like, I was like, I can't even imagine how hard it'd be to do 15, but even to do 4, like that's just, yeah, it's hard to figure out like schedules and all that kind of stuff. What has it been like doing all the college classes online?
A lot of video, like watching and just taking notes. Like just a lot of professors are filming their presentations on their screen, and then you just have to like watch it. They're anywhere from like, I don't know, mine have been like varying from 15 to like an hour, and then they kind of just give you the course of the week to finish the material, and then by Friday or next week Monday you got to have it done. So it's kind of how it goes for most of us. So
same here. It's just like hard because like when you're sitting in lecture, you can't really leave. But like here, you have voiceover PowerPoints, and at any point you can get food, you can go play video games, go outside.
What?
So if you have like an hour-long lecture, it's like it sometimes takes 2 hours, you know, because there's just some distractions. But yeah, we're getting through. It's not bad.
This is how school should be, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Do it as you please.
Makes
It's
school
a little bit harder as they go forward, because now that the weather's getting a little bit nicer outside, I will employ them to do yard projects, house projects outside. So
I'm on spring break, and I've started a project. Actually, I just finished one. My mom wanted her car to be cleaned. I washed it. I did full 9 yards, the inside, outside, everything. She really enjoyed it. It was a pain, but I definitely liked the result. So There's one project.
Cleaning the car. This is definitely car season.
Yeah.
But the project list keeps growing, so they really have to get on this and do their homework.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, at least for me, the project list keeps growing, but like I'm just too scared to go to like Home Depot or Menards to like get the materials to do my projects.
Me too.
As Matt
We'll
see it.
see. Yeah, we'll see. So obviously this year, Easter is not how it normally is. We're not going to people's houses and having Easter dinner or Easter lunch, and we're not able to be at church on Sunday morning. What are you guys doing for Easter this year?
We're just planning on hanging out at home. It's just going to be the 6 of us. It's just going to be a normal dinner. I did end up getting a ham. I got that a month ago because I saw this book, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to order my ham because I don't know if I'm going to be in the store. So I had it. I put it in the freezer. I took it out, and we'll just have ham and potatoes. So the normal fixings. And whatever is missing, we're just going to have to wing it. You know, I mean, it just seems to be the thing to do. We've been really enjoying the messages that you and Pastor Kent and even the music with Jill. It's all been fantastic. So we do church and then we eat. And then the rest of the day is just like whatever everybody wants to do.
But we have been late for church.
Oh, yeah.
Church starts at like 1 p.m. around here.
So we plan at maybe 10 or 11, and sometimes it's noon. So
And sometimes we do look a little rough.
we're not dressed up.
Yeah, it's good that we don't have cameras of us all watching church, because I think that a lot of us would be in our PJs. At least I know I am for sure.
Right.
It's like 10 o'clock and it's time to do the phone call for the people who call in on the telephone. And I'm like, my eyes are like barely open. I'm trying to like log on to Zoom on my computer. I'm like, oh, I can't see. It's too bright. Let's turn the brightness down. But yeah, no, it's fun. So doing normal Easter-ish meal, what's the most repeated meal that you guys have had so far?
Frozen pizza.
That's him. He eats his lunch frozen pizza.
I can eat a whole
Every
frozen
single day.
pizza.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Easy answer.
I don't know.
We do a lot of grilling. So we've
Yeah.
done burgers,
Yeah.
brats, steaks, because we loaded up the freezer before it got kind of crazy out there.
Probably
So-
burgers would be the number one.
Yep. And then we grill enough so there's leftovers for these guys when they're doing their
Yeah,
stuff.
right. Yeah, that's the key, is like making a bunch. So you're just like, I'll just go in the fridge and warm up a burger or go warm some pizza, whatever. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. We got pizza we got to eat. All right, so Easter's coming. We're gonna kind of remind ourselves about, and this is I talked about with the Wurtzes. It's like we always talk about slowing down and realizing the true reason of Easter, realizing the true reason of Christmas, and we never get to it because we get so busy with everything else. And this year it seems like we're finally able to slow down and like actually center on what Easter is all about. What's one thing that you guys have learned or that you've relearned about God or church or prayer or something like that in the past 4 weeks?
Well, for me, like, it's like, for me, I've tried to like really make it important to be diligent in doing devotions every day and engaging in the word. Cause I feel like in this unprecedented time, it's easy to look at this as like a disadvantage, like really like not ideal. But I think there's a lot of good that can come out of it. And that's just like today, like it was really nice outside. So I went outside and did devotions, and birds were chirping and like the sun was out. Like it just was really nice. And so it's nice just to like slow down and, kind of like get closer to God in this time where we really just have studying ourselves and God. So, but yeah, it's been good. It's been good in that sense. And it's nice just to slow down and just realize what's important. So,
Yeah. It's kind of like being at camp for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of free time.
And it's like we have, like what Alex said, we're literally just studying, and we're doing everything on our time. So it just kind of gives us so much time to like reopen the Bible and pray. So we have like mornings and evenings or even afternoons now, just like quiet in the house, and it's just really easy to just pray or read. So.
And it's like we're here in the afternoon and the morning, and it's like you go outside, especially when the weather has been nice or is nice, you just see God's creation. Whether that's the birds or you see a squirrel climbing up the tree, you're just like, man, sometimes you just want to pop a squat outside and just enjoy the weather.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
He wants to be a squirrel.
Squirrel hunter.
No, and it's funny, like the kids were saying, is when you go outside, you see so many things in God's creation that aren't affected by this at all. And so many things that are still happening like they did last year, 2 months ago, 6 months ago. And it's reassuring that God's hand is in all of this and that he is watching out over us. And I think on Friday night with the message, what impacted me was I realized I didn't lean enough on God through all this and preparing for the family and trying to get the meals planned, everybody's safety. It was kind of go, 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 running to work, worried about the people there, trying to protect myself from them. And it kind of hit on Friday that it's like I need to rely more on God and relinquish some of that control over to him.
I think just in regards for me, because I'm part-time at work and part-time at home, sometimes it can just, our house is not very big, so it's like tensions can definitely build up in the house. And I'm just realizing that I need to so focus on God and just patience. And it's like, this is just sometimes really, really hard. And I know if it's hard for me, it's going to be hard for the kids. It's going to be hard for Eric. And it's like, God, just give me what I need just today, because we don't know when this is going to end. The uncertainty of just not knowing. And so every day it's like, all right, let's focus on what's good and not necessarily what's bad. And just encouraging the kids that we have to be patient with one another. And we're all in this together. I know it's kind of a cliche, but it is true. It's like coronavirus is not exempting anybody from the illness. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a celebrity or who. And so we're just all on the same page, and we just have to be patient and kind and remember just the fundamental things of just being good.
Yeah, I mean, I would have never have guessed that the 6 of us as adults would be living in this house together, like day in and day out.
He's not
And,
an adult yet.
well, he's almost an adult, but I'm thankful as a father that the kids, we all get along. I mean, we've been, 4 weeks at least all together here. The kids, as you mentioned, really just study, or they go to the park, or just do some type of activity outside, sports, or they're here studying. So we're trying to do our best to be safer at home.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's sleeping in the trailer yet, right?
No, nobody's been sick.
No, you know, it's so funny that all of you guys kind of, most of you guys picked out like the nature piece of it. Like you go outside and you see, you know, like the trees, or you see the flowers. It's like you see like the tulips and the bulbs all starting to come up. It's like they're not, the flowers are still living life just like normal. And, you know, it's just like a good reminder for us, like God is still in control, and so like we can continue to live our lives and continue to, like, we don't have to freak out and be nervous all the time. It's healthy to be, you know, a little bit concerned and be safe, but we don't have to be nervous Nellies all the time, which is good, which I think sometimes we default to, and then something like this happens and we go, well, I think God has a little bit more control than we do, which is good. It's a good reminder. But what's one thing that you would like to tell anybody else in our congregation, either a piece of advice or something that you've done as a family that's been really helpful, or maybe something that you found out about yourselves or your family that you think is really humorous?
I guess I can start. So for us, I mean, like my dad said, there's 6 of us in this house, so it can be a little bit challenging. And like when we were first all stuck here, like it was definitely fine, but like there's definitely, you know, it was an adjustment, I think, for all of us. But like I feel like there's definitely gonna be ups and downs, but I think it's good to focus on the positives and the good, and just, I think you just have to step back and realize, hey, like I'm with my family, with my close ones, you know, when in life, you know, are we gonna be able to do this again, you know, to this extent? And so I think just like looking at the silver lining and everything, and just realizing that it's not all gonna be perfect. But again, just focusing on the good.
Yeah. Like,
Growing up,
Go ahead.
Growing on that, I think another big piece is to have family dinners. Those that have families, I think it's really huge for us to come all together as a family at dinner and talk about our days and explain the things that we're going through. And I think it gives all of us kind of a clear mind as we go into the night, as we start the next day, you know, where everybody stands, how everybody's doing. So that's really helped us too in the grand scheme of things to keep everything together. So.
And just like think of it almost like as a positive. Don't like there are times where I like totally forget that we're dealing with the coronavirus. I treat it like summer break, honestly. Like I mean I play Xbox too, and for those younglings. So but
He's
I don't
getting
know.
really good.
Yeah. My Xbox skills have grown. But yeah, just kind of as we're all kind of getting older, we may not see each other that much. And like Alex just like moved out, he has an apartment, so it's just kind of nice to take this time and enjoy it with our family. Like we may not have this again, and even I know we can't really see our cousins or anything, but like all of our cousins are in town, and so it's just nice to like be close to our family, like extended family again. So yeah, I thought I take it as like step back, and I'm like, all right, maybe summer break right now, and I just forget about the negatives and just kind of think about the positives.
Think about summer break. I love it.
Yeah. But for Moni and I, we've walked a lot of miles outside on walks. And I think the one thing that in all of this for me is so reassuring is to see all the families together walking outside. Maybe when I was 5 years old, I think I remember seeing it, but people out as much as they are now. So I think that's one thing out of all this, that when the bans get lifted, the quarantine, whatever, I hope that people continue to do that and spend time as a family outside, enjoying what God has created, but also the abilities that we have to walk, to talk, and just enjoy each other.
Yeah.
I'll just piggyback off of that and just say, I think from all of us, we really, really miss the congregation. I mean, this is so fantastic what you're doing and just videotaping the families that we get to see them. It's almost like a little bit of our congregation, and that we realize is a blessing, but it also is a realization that we miss everybody very, very much. And we can't wait to be in church again with everybody worshiping.
Yeah, no, Moni, I totally agree. Like the first couple weeks, I was like, oh, like I miss it, but I don't miss it that much. And then once I started calling more families, I was like, man, I really miss seeing these people in person. Like it's like you don't realize those interactions, even though it's short, not as long on Sunday morning, you don't realize how much those interactions matter to you. And you're like, oh, I do miss seeing those people. Like I miss just saying hi to those people or just catching up, seeing how their week was. Yeah, it's good that we're doing these little family interviews. I like it, and I hope everybody else likes it that's watching at home. So thank you so much to the Zabels for coming on and doing some questions and answers. And I hope everyone enjoyed this. Again, if you want to be on the family interview, please feel free to send me an email. Let me know. Otherwise, I'll just be calling you up and asking if you're going to want to do it, just like I asked the Zabels, and they said yes. So let me know if you want to be part of this. But again, thank you so much to the Zabels, and we will see all of you next week.